Spawning in the bottom left corner in the yellow Zerg pieces. For Shopify Rebellion, we have... any minute now. LAMBO.
And his opponent, spawning up at the top right, representing Kaitse Gaming. It is the blue Zerg player. Give it up for Reynor. And we're not going to be seeing a 12-pull drone pull. We're not going to be seeing a, 14-12 or 13-12 or 14-13 or even 12-11 Ling Bane all in. We are going to be seeing hatch first. So, well, my idea, my concept is thrown out the window right away. Reynor is very, very good at those kind of defenses anyway, so it's always tough to do so. And the thing is, it's not like LAMBO just automatically loses in a macro game, but he is going to try and take advantage of his strengths, which is, of course, build preparation, series preparation, and just having any kind of mental edge that he can.
Sorry, there's a lively debate going on in the admin chat. Just keeping up with that. For the 5th time today, I wasn't listening.
No worries, no worries. I was just talking about the strengths of the players. So obviously Reynor, an extraordinarily mechanically talented player, one of the absolute best in the world. Like it's undisputable. Undisputed. LAMBO, his strengths, where he's going to try and take advantage, is absolutely in the mental aspects, in the preparation, in the strategy part of the real-time strategy. Whereas Reynor's going to try and flourish with that real-time aspect, the fact that you can only do so much at once.
Absolutely. And I think we've talked about this, about the difference between Reynor and Serral is very similar. Serral, a little more of a composed and prepared player, whereas Reynor is a little more archaic. But Serral lately, I've noticed, has been doing a lot better in those archaic matchups where his plan gets thrown out the window. Yeah, he's learned to freestyle a lot more. It used to be that he would always play macro, Serral that is, yes,
would always play macro and would always try and make adjustments based on what he scouted. Whereas now he's a lot more willing to go into series and cheese. And there was of course a little bit of growing pains with that, where he lost a series versus a laser. That's not to say a laser's a bad player, and a laser's an extraordinarily good player. But at this point, Serral wasn't really losing to anyone. So he players started kind of metagaming a little bit. They caught up in mechanics a little bit, so it wasn't as good as it used to be. And then he started making that shift, and then a laser, I think beat him in, it was either TSL 8 or, I don't remember exactly, but I remember he was a little bit disappointed with that result. But of course, Reynor has always been one of those players who is so good under any situation. We do see both players going for the Evo chamber. They both go for a handful of Zerglings just to make sure they don't die to any heavy mid-game aggression. That's become extremely standard in this matchup. Reynor gonna go for a little sneaky Bane morph, but I think LAMBO should be prepared for this. Yeah, they're both droning behind this. This is just looking to get something done. LAMBO, though, does have to... well, he's gonna follow these Zerglings. This is actually a little bit of a problem. He is going to lose one of these queens. Banelings are going to waddle their booties into the natural. Oh, LAMBO, where's the drone pull? He will split. Oh, no, he stacks them up. 7 drones go down.
7 drones going down there. Huge connection there. Reynor showing us he doesn't need the Banes in the base to get connections. Gets it from that little walk by. Well, it is a walk by. Also, nice Baneling connection there earlier, taking out a handful of Lings and then being able to jump on top of the Queens and taking out another worker there at that third base. LAMBO now opting to go up with his own Lings to the third base of Reynor, seeing if he can get any damage done here. There are 2 Banes morphing, three when all said and done. We'll get 1 drone, I believe, and we'll get on out of there. That Queen will try to pick off that 1 Baneling. Baneling will waddle away slowly. And we have another LAMBO trying his hand now at Bane walk by into the mineral line. Lings here will get on top of these 2 drones. 1 drone does go down. 2nd drone just barely survives. And LAMBO going to chase it into the main base. We'll scout that lair going in. Pull. Good splits this time. Only 3 workers going down for Reynor. Reynor's like, you can't do that against me. That is what I do.
Yeah, we do see the... And just right there, just a little bit of a difference right there in the mechanical skill just showing itself right there. We do have LAMBO preparing for a much later macro game, but Reynor's going to be going for the big attack here. He does get a layer behind this, but he's got +1 Carapace. He's got a bunch of Roaches coming across map. Ling, Bane, Roach going to try and bust on through. Spinecrawler's trying to get built here, and they won't be up just yet. This is looking pretty scary, actually, for LAMBO. Oh, the Banelings, they are going to get in on top of the mineral line. Don't get any drones, really, maybe like 1. But they do soften up that spine. Still, I think that LAMBO should be able to hold here.
Spinecrawler does finish up at that 3rd base. LAMBO just doesn't have the Roaches here to compete with Reynor. Reynor coming into the natural here. There is a Spinecrawler behind that Baneling nest. Bile's going to come down here. More zoning than anything else. LAMBO just not able to get that critical mass of Roaches. They seem to be picked off one by one as they pop on out. Workers getting pulled into the fight, and when Zerg pulls workers in the fight, you usually know that is the final attempt for them. Although it does work here, he will be able to push it back, but he does lose 13, 14 drones. Will eventually clean this up, but huge losses for LAMBO. Reynor just going to head back home and regroup and come back. Spire coming on down now for LAMBO. Kind of like the Zerg version of the DT Shrine. When behind you, Spire Shrine.
Little bit in ZVZ that way, yeah. It's, sneaky Roaches and Ravagers hiding on the left side. Yeah, Reynor gets very far ahead from that. Obviously, the Carapace isn't exactly what you want, per se. It's much more beneficial if he was on his way to +2 missile, but he is still going to have 1-1 at a very good timing. Ooh, LAMBO does... Oh, I thought he... So he was looking for these units. Okay, he is going to track them down and will find them all. He is going to be able to get the pickoffs there. That's good for LAMBO. He has droned back up a little bit, and it looks like Reynor did get the scout on his opponent's Mutalisk play once again. Now, LAMBO did go for 9 mutas in the previous game, and they were useful, but they weren't enough for him to quite win game number 2. They put him into a position where he could have won it, but he was already in a little bit of a lead, I would say, as a result of them. This time he's behind trying to go up into mutas, and he is going to start up the +2 missile, also getting +1 flyer attack, which makes me think that he might want to go mass muta here, but he's getting +2 missile at the same time. This is a little bit weird to me.
All right, mutas will show themselves, start clearing out some of these overlords here. Overseer going to come in for a scout. Does see the Spire wiggling away, so he knows there's an upgrade coming up for the Mutt-Mutts. Will take out one of those overlords. Come on in and take out this Overseer as well. Maybe not. Nope. There we go. Now decides to go for the Overseer. And LAMBO pokes in, sees the Roaches there, and decides not to move forward. But Reynor now opting to... No, maybe not. Heading back home. Choosing not to engage. And just going to regroup at home here. The Mutt-Mutt's going to fly across the map. Try to get some damage where he can. We'll find another couple Overlords here. Oh, no. Yeah, gets the Overlord. Gets a couple drones that we're transferring. Nice little pickoffs there. The small wins. Get them where you can, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But we are going to see Reynor going for the big attack now across the map. He knows that LAMBO's army is not as strong as his. +2 missile does complete, which means that upgrade-wise, there is a small advantage for LAMBO. You get +2 damage for each upgrade versus just the +1 armor of the armor upgrade. So the attack upgrades are more valuable than the armor upgrades here. Corrosive Bile is going to need to be really good. We are seeing both players coming in with multi-prong harassment. Nice job from LAMBO getting on top of these Hydras. He does even the supply up. The Mutas on the other side of the map looks like they're doing pretty well, taking off reinforcements, and the Ravagers getting pulled behind. Very nice stuff for LAMBO here. Reynor trying to get into the natural, but so far this is actually looking very good for LAMBO, I think. Ooh, as I say that, though, the Roaches are going to split off. And now we're seeing the superior multitasking of Reynor starting to really shine through here. LAMBO losing 15 drones during this, not able to deal with all of the pressure. He was so close to having enough. He's still doing a lot of work on the other side of the map, but unfortunately, he just... I don't think he can clean this up anymore.
The main base has been ransacked. There's Roaches at the third base, fourth base as well. Spawning pool potentially, no, not going to go down. GG gets called. Reynor going up 1-0. All right, let's see what we get out of these players this time around, whether it'll be another mirrored build or if LAMBO throws something different, throws a wrench. He is going hatch first. No, that's Reynor. I feel like they may have switched colors, but LAMBO is going hatch first as well.
Yeah, they are both going hatch first. Once again, I'm kind of surprised by this. Very surprised by that.
Yeah, Overlord's going to meet in the middle of the map here. Yeah, it looks like hatch gas pool opener from both players. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, no, nothing crazy at all. We are going to be seeing the slightly faster gas out of LAMBO, but we're talking like maybe one gas trip. What I would love to see is something that Dark loves to go for occasionally. Something out of LAMBO, which is he just stockpiles a bunch of Zerglings and just goes. Delays the Baneling Nest, delays maybe the gas mining a little bit, and then just goes for it.
Yeah, no,
just maybe run across the map with like 22, 24 Zerglings.
Yeah, and even something like moving some of the drones from the main base into natural, kind of give the perception that there is drone production here. I think I've seen Dark do that once or twice, but it looks like he's just gonna keep droning up here. Get the 2 safety lings, get the queen speed started up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what we will see. Once again, like I keep wondering when we're gonna see the trickery. The only thing is, I wonder if LAMBO is kind of knows that Reynor's expecting it, and that's why he's not going for it. We do have Reynor actually going to be the one building a couple of Zerglings a little bit earlier, and we'll start that Baneling Nest up a little bit faster. LAMBO he's going to build some Zerglings of his own just a little bit before you would normally expect, and maybe we are going to actually see, okay, actually, yeah, look at that. LAMBO is going to be going for this big Speedling flood that I was talking about with the delayed Roach Warren and or Baneling Nest, depending on what your weapon of choice is. All right, okay, boom. All right, so he is going to go for it. I love this. Unfortunately for him, Reynor is doing the same thing, but with a Baneling Nest. So Reynor has actually made the soul read here. Oh, this is a really good situation for Reynor. Really good situation.
All right, 4 Banes coming on in for Reynor here. LAMBO going to jump on top of this. Third base going to start nibbling away here. Reynor will show on up and push him away. The Banes will start to slowly waddle their way over. 8, I believe it's 6 Banes coming on up.
Yeah, yes. 4 Banes getting started very quickly right there. Reynor did not waste time on that. LAMBO's Baneling Nest is not yet done, so the counterattack is going to be very scary. We've got more drones coming in for LAMBO, which means he will have a worker lead, but he might actually just lose the third base here. If Reynor goes straight into the natural, actually, I don't even know if LAMBO can hold. We're going to have 2 queens coming on in. Where did those Banelings even come from? Oh, the queens do target down most of the Banes right there. Last one, though, is actually going to go off on a queen. So 2 queens go down, but Reynor will get held, at least initially. A couple more Banes trying to come on in. Reynor does target down both of the defensive Banes here, and he gets that last queen, which means no ranged targeting coming on down. LAMBO is still under a lot of stress right here. Reynor getting everywhere, and there's no Banelings morphing defensively. More Banes coming in. Oh my goodness, that was so close to a huge connection.
All right, pre-splitting some of the drones there. Bane's gonna walling with the drones on the ramp. Bane's gonna come into the main base here. Link's starting to take those down, pre-splitting some of those drones. Bane's gonna come connect on in. Nothing really to hit. They're gonna back off ever so slightly. Ling's still doing a fair amount of damage. 6 workers going down. I believe the third base is being ransacked. Bane's connecting there, taking out another 6 workers. LAMBO going for a counterattack, but there's more Banes coming on in for Reynor here. I don't think LAMBO has made any Banes at all. GG gets called. Reynor moving on to the next round.